Greetings, I'm Lance.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together. Alright, we're gonna push through this and see if the only one thing that can happen.
And if we will actually have any new information at all, because I have to say, I do not have any more information than I did last time. That's fine.
It's pretty good.
I'm not sure, but I doubt it. The Arcana are concepts, ideas, and you can't kill an idea. I sound way too Indian, I apologize.
It's okay.
There must be another way.
I think I have an idea, even though I had the only idea that's possible. So I have another idea. When the devil attacked us, I was able to redirect his chains. I don't know if you redirected them so much as bounced them back. That didn't sound like you had control at all.
No. Oh, you're right. Didn't they seem kind of freaked out? Just like a little bit.
Also I don't remember what happened in that spectacle at all. Oh, you're right. I don't know, I'm just saying, whoa. All right. And he turned tail and ran right after? Are you proposing trying to bind the devil with his own chains? I mean, that sounds interesting.
That sounds rational.
I think it could work. I'm not sure. Okay, so the thing is if I say I'm not sure, that means I'm not sure if that's what I'm proposing. Because that is how the words work.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think it could work. Like, I feel like if Nerd is going, this is the only idea I have, and I absolutely believe it's the only idea ever at all, because because Nerd has just established that that is the only possible way, not the only way I can think of.
Yes.
And then going, I think I might have an idea. So I think Nerd would say, I think it could work.
All right.
Going like, that's just I think it could work. There's no way to tell for sure, but I've never seen the devil look unnerved until that moment.
I love the fact that slowly but surely he has become more and more of a disaster, apparently, in everybody's minds as this has gone on. We're starting to build this up, going, no, he was really a mess. No, he was really a mess.
Scared, uncomfortable, unnerved, disturbed almost.
I'm like...
he just had a facial expression change, like, whoa. Like, you're sort of edgelord bad guy that suddenly is like, that was unexpected. Their eyes widen ever so slightly and nothing else changes. That's not necessarily like deeply unnerved. I don't know. Anyway, so, also, I've never seen the devil look unnerved. You've seen the devil like 3 times.
Yeah, you're fine.
So it's unlikely that you would see it. And so really.
It's not a bad idea. Fuck me.
You could do it. It's not a bad idea.
That's a weird idea.
No, damn it. I don't know.
Shit, I'm like, I have a really good French thingy that I've listened to. Just hang on. It's not a bad idea. If you could bind him into his realm, you wouldn't he wouldn't be a threat anymore.
Turning his own powers against him. It would be a fitting end. Is it ironic somehow? Because...
she just said fitting, not
fitting.
ironic.
No, but I mean, like, is that a fitting end? And does that end?
That doesn't sound like an end.
Does that end?
No. I'm guessing this devil's gone back to his realm. Is where he's the strongest.
Oh, I thought he went back to the human place.
I did too.
I really thought he's like, well, I need to be there, the human world, for the ritual.
Yeah.
So... What? I thought he literally told us that he needed to be there where the ritual was, and that's where he was going, and then he left.
What?
And I'm just guessing where he went?
But truthfully, I never tried to go there. Don't know the way. I don't know how the hell I got this card, but I got it. It's sort of like, arf! Arf!
It is Scout.
Yay.
Scout comes bounding over a dune and skids to a halt in front of us, tail wagging.
The magician, I am still not playing. Hello, doggy. Come here, little doggy. You do the thingy. I am fucking off. Goodbye!
I quietly walk over to Asra. I'm still a lot of hurty. Could you help me out real quick?
Hi.
Him looks down and you realizes you are like a, like burned, bleeding, assaulted wreck.
Him, you don't have a body, nerd. What are you doing?
Oh, shit. Breathes in deeply. Everything goes back to normal and good. Thank you. I knew you'd have the answer.
Julian, what just happened? Did you just heal everything? Asra.
No,
there's nothing to heal. Julian, what?
You have no body. You have no body. Tail wagging.
Scout! There's a little guy that I kept fucking off on all the time and just didn't listen to, and just was basically having my own experience, and it's a personal problem, okay? I'm sorry.
You hated the experience with that guy. It's okay, but you love dogs, so that's alright.
Hi, right. Good to see you again. You hadn't happened to know where to find the devil, would ya?
Go, Scout. Go find the devil. Go on, Scout. Go find the devil.
Here, Lassie. Go.
Scout bobs their head in an affirmative. and trots off, glancing expectantly back at us. Since I didn't know how to deal with the supposed damage that happened to Nerd, that was my headcanon of how they got it fixed and finally remembered they don't have a body, just so you know.
Brilliant.
All right.
Until they forget again.
Is this Scout a friend of yours? It's a long story, but they've led us through the realms before. Even when they take us through danger, it's always been for a good reason. I don't know that they've ever actually taken us through danger so much as we went, sought out danger around them.
It's true. Scout was like, there's nothing that will happen if you just follow me.
Nope, I will wander to the edge and look over. Oh my god, could you please not? No, he took us through danger. The cave had spider webs in it. You don't know at all that was danger in any way.
Yep, no clue.
You do not know that he's taken us through danger.
Not even slightly.
We can trust them.
This might be the weirdest guide I've ever followed. Top 5, at least.
Right, you're a magician too, aren't you?
I don't know. I think actually they said they were just a physician.
Just a doctor.
Mm-hmm. Like Julian. That was why they were friends.
Okay, so, right.
I'm in.
So you followed a lot of guides before?
Mm.
Me assuming it's all magic because I've never traveled ever.
Because Asra keeps noping off.
Has Asra taken you to the plains before?
What? Honey, what are you talking about? If you trust them, then I trust you not. Let's go.
You're saying you don't know whether or not they're trustworthy? You're kidding!
How long have you been here, Asra? What the shit? That actually doesn't make any sense.
Or it's just I have no opinion. What I am in the mentor role. And the mentor must step aside. If they're not going to die, they have to literally stop giving any input or feedback at all so that you can prove you can make good decisions on your own and you are ready to be sailed off into the world like the independent ship you are.
That sounds
bizarre
for Astra's character. He is the magician.
Yeah.
And he knows jack squat about Scout?
He
had no questions? He had no... Oh, I don't believe that at all. That sounds like bull honky. And if he's talking out of his ass, which I would believe of him more...
Like he's lying. He's really, really ironic. Well, if you trust them...
Then I trust you, nerd. Let's go. You're like, oh my god, no.
You're just so condescending in this moment. We all almost died. The world's in peril. Well, if you trust them, nerd. Because you don't need my opinion.
It's okay.
Aye. Scout leads us down the beach towards a group of indistinct blobs. I assume that they're the seals we've seen before, which are the only blobby things on this beach.
I'm also just like, indistinct blobs. Nerd, do you have bad vision? That's not how vision works.
I mean, like, it does if you can't see well.
But that's what I'm saying. As far as we know, everybody in here has perfect fucking vision, and they don't have any struggles at all.
Yeah, glasses and contacts don't exist, and nobody's ever mentioned needing
corrective
lenses, or I can't see that far.
Or even recognizing that that's what's going on?
So I personally have, ideal vision, okay? I have had 20/20 or better my entire life with no help. So I am incredibly privileged in that way. And I have to say that as far as farsightedness goes, like being able to see far, they're not blobs. They're shapes that you have a general idea what are until you're certain. Even if it's super fucking far away, you can be like, what kind of a bird is that? Not... There's a blob on that lamppost.
Right?
And it's like, or if they're really goddamn far away down the beach going, you could do a little bit of, are those rocks or seals?
That's the other thing, actually, in regards to, so what we're also talking about is basically context clues. People basically base also their assumption of what the blob or the spot looks like based off of also what's around it. On average, people are going to go, I'm going to be looking off into the tree line, and if I see something weird, I'm going to assume, okay, you're in trees, you're in this area, this is this time of year, depending on who you are.
Whether or not they examine it at all, the brain will assume things, because that's how our brain works.
Yes, actually, that's one of the things why it's actually really funny, in that sort of hilarious kind of way of, like, cats reacting really badly to, like, cords, because their brains automatically snap to snake, you know, kind of thing. That's making an assumption, even if they've seen it a lot, sometimes you could really catch a lot of cats off guard really easily. Cucumber is snake.
Okay, indistinct blobs just sounds weird. Instead of just, like, you know, soft bumps on the horizon. Like, indistinct blobs sounds distinctively, like, really like a vision problem.
Yeah, no kidding.
I realize what they are. The star-speckled seals we met in the stars realm sprawl out on the sand, relaxing. What was the point of making them hard to see?
They make no noise. They don't make any sound. I'm like, have you ever been around seals? They are loud motherfuckers.
These are magical seals, and as far as we know, they haven't made any noise. They just sit there like
I'm perfect and pristine. I don't fart.
Like adorable, speckly potatoes that are an idealized mammal. They do not poop.
I wouldn't call them seals. Oh, are those baby seals? Do we get my coats out of them?
No, they're regular seals. Do they look really
Julian,
small?
you call that a regular seal? I don't think I've ever seen a seal that has a bunch of sparkly coat.
I've never seen a seal at all. I've only had them described to me and sort of drawn badly in books.
Oh shit. You've never...
So I think they're...
Looks at Asra. You really fucking never been down to the beach, Asra. Walking on, word, walking on.
We're just walking really quickly through the seals.
La, 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 la.
Alright.
Maybe this won't be so bad.
Going to fight the devil. The baby seals are not coming along. I hate to make you sad, but they're not coming with us.
I mean, the meat might be very good, though.
Oh, I bet they are tasty. I don't know. Maybe they taste like
Somebody,
stars.
you don't fucking eat the seal. Somebody
You don't eat
the seals.
Alright,
Might as well think I will cook them. They will be great.
they will be very tasty.
Tasty.
We'll roast it on a spit.
Yes.
Ah, yes, I love me some
Asra,
star
you
seals.
don't eat the animals here.
Right.
You need nothing.
Well, of course we don't eat the animals here. We're busy going to the devil's realm, excuse you, but if this were a normal day, that would be lunch, and it would be beautiful.
It would be tasty. Bitch.
Do you know how good, crispy, dripping seal meat is over a fire? There's so much fat, it's very good.
Blubbery and delicious.
Uh-huh.
Asra.
Scout shakes their head and points further up the beach. We're not going to the seals. The devil doesn't live with the seals. Literally, we need to go to the devil's realm. Walks up the beach, devil sitting with his hooves in the waves, petting the seals. Yeah,
No one will touch me, but I touch them.
Holding one of the seals in his lap, petting it like the evil person holding a cat. Yes!
You've come.
I see you've decided to enter my realm. To a dark, overgrown forest. I can feel its gloomy, forbidding atmosphere, even from here.
Spoke too soon.
Did you really
Hi,
think the
hell.
devil had baby seals?
Yes. Well, it seems perfectly ironic to me.
Fair. Honestly, if we get into his realm and there's not like him having like a pink sparkly notebook with a brilliant and glitter purple pen with a fluffy little puffball on the end of it, then maybe I've been lied to.
With eyeballs. It needs eyeballs, right?
Googly eyes, yeah?
Googly eyes, yeah,
Okay.
let's do it, googlies. Looks like I'll need something a little more practical for this.
Oh, you're going to
look a little
change
fucking-
imaginary clothes?
Hi.
You're going to change imaginary clothes!
I have to go get naked, excuse you. No, Asra, you said yourself that this is...
Just as
Sorry.
you don't have a... Oh my god.
Huh.
Astra's clothes ripple. We all get an eyeful. His masquerade gowns become... Sorry, I couldn't do it. I tried.
We get a huge eyeful.
Julian
is starstruck.
Julian goes between I will turn completely red and get a nosebleed and just the loo doki doki lovey face. Alright. Becoming his everyday clothes because he only has 2 sets of clothes. He runs his fingers through his hair, changing it back to his standard hairstyle, I assume.
Much better.
Hi. Your clothes are made up. Why does this matter? Was it harder to illustrate the other clothes?
I don't know.
What an excellent idea. I'm also comfortable appearing nude in front of everyone. With a snap of her fingers, Nadia transforms her feathered dress into an elegant jacket and breeches. How does she know how to do that?
I was actually going to propose that question myself.
How does she know how to do that? Because as far as I know, when we were at the table with Asra...
She said she doesn't know how to do.
I say, and Pasha, and he was going to teach Pasha some magic. She said that she knew nothing of magic, and Pasha knew nothing of magic. Let's show us something, you know?
And that doesn't mean that, like having a
But
sort of like...
what an excellent idea. I've observed you do this.
I've
And she
observed you just go...
Who?
Wiggle your shoulders. So I assume wiggle your shoulders, which is fine. That could be a really interesting thing of going, like, since this is a mental experience, like, it's not necessarily magical.
But she just suddenly understands and going, this sounds weird as hell.
Wait, what? How? How are you two doing that? What the fuck?
See, that seems way more reasonable. How does she know how to do that? The rules of our realm don't always apply here. If you can imagine it, it can become real. How do you know that? Did Asra explain that in the urgently we need to leave right now text message?
Nadia? I am now completely fucking lost.
I
mean, I was already getting kind of lost with this.
Did you
because-
really just grill Asra the entire time he was in the palace? And you're like, I've learned all the shit about magic while you were investigating and not reporting back to me?
I'm also like, especially if our character is going to be completely obsessed with going, my body, it got hurted.
This is really weird.
This is strange. That's supposed to be a real hit at parties, huh? I'll have to give it a try.
Because you're an expert now. Scout barks, pointing insistently into the woods.
Scout,
while,
please!
While we have a dress-up party.
Whee!
Fine.
People snapping through clothing. Later. I'll give it a try later.
Or you
Honey,
could try
you could just
while
do it
you're
while walking.
While you're walking.
Hi.
Satisfied, Scout trots into the woods. I steel my nerves and follow.
Hi.
Oh, look, it's this again. The trees are twisted, their crowns dense with foliage, and their gnarled roots are treacherous underfoot. It looks like you're in snow, dear. It looks like freezing in snow. So.
Yes.
Okay. Long trailing streamers of vegetation drift from the branches, forming tangled curtains of greenery.
We didn't have a screen for this. It's
around the snow? There just isn't a picture for it. That's disappointing. A vine catches on my shoulder. I go to brush it off, but it's strangely, unpleasantly sticky. To a body I don't have, to clothes that aren't clothes. When I pull, the creeper begins to curl around my hand. No matter how I yank, I can't get free. And I'm somewhere in the party where no one of the 6 other people can see or notice this at all. And even though I am the key figure in this, no one's paying attention to me. This is what I'm hearing.
That's fine.
Everyone is so starstruck by the realm that they have all forgot that the main character, whose destiny this is, and Asra knows it, and Nadia has announced, your magic, your plan, is not paying attention to me. Scout scampers over, the only person who notices me, whacking the vine with their walking stick. As they do, something high in the canopy moves. The vines around me aren't vines at all, but limbs. They ripple as some kind of creature sways on a branch. No one else is interacting at all. The strangely boneless tendrils are covered in fine hairs, each beaded with sticky sap.
Okay.
Oh no! Are you a moving, crawling carnivorous plant?
I was actually going to say that.
Carnivorous plant monster!
It sounds like a sundew. So
Like
if you guys
sundew,
have never seen a sundew before, I recommend you go and look them up. They're beautiful.
They're very pretty, and they like the whole thing where dew lands on grass and has the sort of shining bubble effect. Like they look like that all the time because those bubbles are really tasty things that attract insects, and then they eat them.
Yes, they are a combination nectar and also death trap.
Yep,
which is super cool.
Right, and they're all reaching for me. The rest of the party is doing what?
And also digestive fluids, which is death
yes.
trap.
We're just trying to figure it out. It's fine. Scout has pried most of the tendril off me. I pull hard, and the last of it finally peels away from my shoulder. Wait, all of them are reaching for you, but you're thinking about just this one.
Yes.
All around us, the trees come alive with rippling tendrils as dozens of creatures begin to stir. Okay, what was everyone else doing while you and Scout were alone? Scout yipped sharply, motioning for us to follow. Okay, everyone's just watching this happen. Or they all look when Scout yips?
I suppose.
They begin to walk very, very slowly. Despite every fiber of my body screaming at me to run, I forced myself to match their pace. Wait, we were scared during that time?
Oh.
The creature and that whole thing was scary.
Okay.
Shit, I didn't realize that we are suddenly terrified. My bad. I forced myself to match their pace. Around us, the tendrils undulate slowly, waving this way and that in search of prey. Except for it seemed like all the monsters were suddenly paying attention to you, so maybe they can't detect anything. And no one else is reacting to this at all. This is so weird. You're not looking at anyone else, you're not noticing anyone else's expressions, you're not checking in on Julian, your baby.
It's fine.
But the creatures don't seem to be able to see us, as long as we avoid touching them. That's a nice qualifier. I like that. Slowly, their numbers thin. Until they're gone entirely.
Except they sound like more like stationary predators. They wait like constrictors do, waiting for the prey to come to them. So why would they thin out? They have no reason to really wander around.
I think that was describing it poorly. I don't think it was they are thinning out. I think it's we walk into an area where they are thinner and there are less and less of them as we travel.
Okay, that would make sense.
Like, the birds in the trees have thinned out as we've traveled. The crown thins as we travel out of the forest. It's not that it's actively thinning over top of you, it's just you're moving to another location.
Okay.
Even so, Scout seems tense, sniffing the air and growling quietly.
Which gathers their attention, again, because I imagine that they're sensitive to sound.
I could be. I guess everyone knows to be quiet, even though no one made the quiet gesture, and since no one was watching what we were doing, but Scout yipped, but they didn't seem to respond to his yip, only the party did, but no one asked what is it or anything else, or has any questions.
Fine.
An uneasy feeling prickles at the back of my neck. I glance over my shoulder and see Nothing.
I have
How
no
did
other
we go from, let's just talk about changing clothes on the beach and ignoring Scout, to, we're a completely organized party that when Scout yips, we know exactly what it means.
It's fine.
You feel it too, don't you?
Yeah, this is too easy. A bunch of weird plant things are too easy? Fucking what? For a place like this? Absolutely! Must be a trap.
Because you should know that in the past amount of time that we've been here, he's become an expert on the realms.
Yes.
So he knows everything about them now. Just as he says it, a deep rumble passes through the forest. I wish they'd have just illustrated the type of forest they wanted. It would have been nice.
It's okay. Hey, you just had that jinx us, didn't ya? You
I
little
mean-
stupid fucking giant tree ant you.
Portia, I want to support you, but you were the one that started it.
No, it's his fault!
Okay.
Julian, we do this a lot, it's fine.
Me. Okay. Ahead of us,
Siblings.
something bursts up through the ground, flinging clumps of soil into the air.
I like crumbs.
Crumps and snow. Oh, it looks almost like a lobster. If a lobster can be perfectly transparent in the size of a small pony,
Have we seen lobster before?
have we seen lobster before? And do we know that they can't be transparent? Because there are some pretty interesting looking lobsters in the ocean, I will tell you. And size of a small pony. What's your opinion of a small pony? It's fine.
I'm also like, lobsters are scary? I'm sorry, I'm like, who?
I mean, we didn't
They're
say
kind
it
of
was
big,
scary.
goofy babies.
We just said a thing burst out of the ground. Lobsters are not very agile, so there's that. But I'm assuming this isn't going to behave like a lobster.
Probably not.
4 ruby red eyes roll this way and that in its skull. Yeah, because lobsters can't do that.
Yeah,
And
they
fix it
have
roughly on
eye
us.
stalks, they don't.
1, they don't have a skull because they have an exoskeleton.
Yes.
And 2, they don't have eye sockets in that way. They have eye stalks. And so, yeah, there's no rolling and there's no skull. It raises pincers the size of dinner plates. So I think it's more like it looks a little like a lobster.
Okay.
The ground heaves as more of the creatures emerge, chittering to each other. That's a great sound. It's a really great sound. Scout howls and runs further into the woods. Scout is bad at pathfinding this time.
Yeah, Scout is suddenly, sit together! Nerd, hang on!
Julian grabs my hand and bolts in the direction Scout pointed us in.
I actually thought he was gonna pick us up, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why did he just grab our hand? It's fine. We are bad at running, but this will be fine. No
And we
one
have-
else reacts. Definitely Asra has nothing to say about the magical shit going on.
Clearly not.
What little light there was fades entirely. We stumble through the dark together, bumping into trees as we go. Is everyone holding hands, or are you all just sort of wandering in different directions and it doesn't matter? I try to call a sphere of light, but it fizzes and goes out with a pop, and I don't speak to anyone. I just try and be stoic and solve it myself. There's a brief flash from my right, but it too fades. Asra, I understood what you were doing. It didn't work for me either.
Light spells aren't working.
Are we talking to each other again?
Wait, look up ahead.
I can't see anything. It takes me a moment to see it, the faintest glimmer of light. Behind us, the storm of clicking and chattering slowly fades, just as the source of light becomes clear. Is it the lighthouse? No! We're back into the Hanged Man's realm, because we can only literally go to Julian's location all the time.
Him. He's very popular.
I recognize that lamppost. Its dim red glow illuminates a hazy circle. Am I also still supposed to be scared? I don't know what the tone of this is. Nazali is the first to reach it. They turn, cupping their hands over their mouth, and call backwards towards us. Scout's not leading?
Yes.
Scout is not leading?
Nope. I think we're clear. Everyone gather up. Let's do a quick head count.
Julia and I step into the light, and I look for Scout, with Portia and Nadia right behind us. Asra is next, then Mazalinka, who is probably the slowest because old.
The only one missing is
The
Scout.
only one missing is? Yeah, thank you. Scout's actually not here.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Scout?
Scout! Where are ya?
You literally didn't think it was weird that they weren't in front of us? Nothing.
Nerd. You said Scout has always led you through the realms, yes?
Yeah, but Scout can't talk, and none of us could see Scout, and none of us were holding hands or directly following Scout. We were a very disorganized party.
For once, despite the fact that we all had a lot of coordination and understanding when the Scout do the bark.
I nod, still straining to see through the darkness. I don't know why I'm not explaining to you that this is completely different than last time, and that we never lost sight of Scout before, and that the point was that you couldn't lose sight of Scout. So as soon as it got dark, that should have been the biggest possible tell ever. Then we must wait, and trust that they will catch up to us? Well, she didn't ask that. And trust that they will catch up to us.
Gotta say, I've never been chased by a bunch of giant weird bugs before.
You're a weird bug.
Ha! That was kind of fun.
That sense of adventure. I think I've seen those beasties before, but they were a lot smaller. Wait, are we really going with the lobster thing and you're not sure? I don't know.
Hey, wait a second. Why are we here? I've really got to know. This is a little strange. Yeah, just a wee bit. In general?
Like, you don't know. You forgot the whole point of this. Big brother, you're a disaster.
Oh my god, what? No, I mean, why are we here at this lantern? This is the hangman's realm. Hello?
With a hideous scream, the island rears up beneath our feet, sending us tumbling away. All 7 of us. It's not an island at all. It's the top of a giant head. A vast, toothy maw yawns wide. Okay, so if it tips all of you off to what? To ground, to forest, to dirt, to water? Were you in water and this is an island, or this was just a knoll? I thought this was just a bump.
I did too.
Because it wasn't like you were slogging through water in the dark.
Mm.
I react without thinking. Fire leaps to my fingertips and I hurl it straight down the monster's throat. Asra, as usual, does nothing. It howls and thrashes, pitching from side to side. Nazali yanks me out of the way as teeth snap alarmingly close to my head. Everyone else stands still because they're out of range.
Alright, so here's my question.
Huh.
I'm going to ask this now, because I was kind of like, why do we have some of these characters? And I'm going, oh, are some of them going to die?
Oh god, did we bring people to die? Well, only Mazalinka can die because she's not an Arcana.
Ah, yeah, but Nazali could also die.
But apparently
Nazali's not important because you don't have a romance with them, so we can't kill Portia, we can't kill
But Nazali's also
Julian,
tied
we
to
can't
a
kill
major
Asra,
Arcana.
we can't kill Nadia.
Hang on, Asra, I've got it! If we all die, except I'm already dead, then we can't attend the party!
Perfect!
So I can't attend the party because I'm dead!
Yeah, I don't have a buddy, so this will never work anyway.
So he's gonna have an incomplete ritual no matter what!
Yeah, why are we worried about this again?
Because we're worried about the incomplete ritual being bad. Alright, close to my head. The glowing bulb attached to its head bobs,
I was about to say, they're using
It's
an
an
anglerfish.
illuminating bits and pieces of its misshapen Piscine body.
Piscine is
body.
fish.
Yep, fish body. Okay,
It's-
I need to know, is there water or not water? When it comes out of the dirt as an island, it comes out of the... You stopped.
fish.
You were describing everything of the ground and the dirt and the trees, and suddenly we're on an island with no change in any of that. Is there water, or is this thing crawling out on little walking footies like a frogfish and standing over the ground like the other
Which
things?
I think frogfish and anglerfish are actually related, so...
A door opens in the distance. Scout's barking is coming from just beyond.
Run for it!
Aye, he decides. We make a mad dash for Scout and safety. Everyone does this? We all agree with him. Okay, and tumble through the door. I catch a glimpse of 2 beady dark eyes before the portal snaps shut with a bang. Beady dark eyes inside the portal? Or, I don't know. When I regain my senses, I find myself in a field. Overhead, the stars twinkle gently. This is a new environment, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Cool. It's quiet. Safe. Not a monster in sight. I mean, there was no monsters inside a moment ago when you were on the island. Before there was a monster. Scout plops down with an exhausted huff, and slowly, the rest of us follow suit.
Ilya? You're right.
What happened to Ilya? Julian is looking at all of us. Our motley little group sitting in a loose circle in the wheat.
I need you all to understand that I've become dad.
I
I've
guess.
become leader dad. It's okay. Asra, get down.
That's right, you can't do
Sit.
anything. You don't talk enough. He seems pensive. You see, we've all just become a family, and I'm really just...
I'm really attached.
Ah.
It's just, well, running through that forest, I realised something.
But
I just
you're-
having, just clicks of inspiration and comprehension just flying off the handle everywhere. I just get it all. I am becoming deep.
Nerd, overwhelmed by all of this and mostly reacting on instinct. Did you realize that Nazali runs faster than all of us? Even you?
What? Like, you have really long legs, but they don't do much for you, do they?
But you only have reach, don't you?
Hey, all the people who matter most to me are right here.
Really?
Exactly. So if those are all the people that matter to you, where are our nerds friends?
Yeah, I know. That's my question too. And
Right.
going, if this is all the people who matter most to you, you don't have any friends or any close people or anything, or your other grandmas, either I guess are all dead.
I suppose.
And stuff like
I'm
that.
still
You're not
disappointed
attached to
that
anyone.
Julian really. So actually, it occurred to me that Julian is the only one who knows basically about Pasha's and his past life, basically.
Because she can't remember it.
Because she was too young.
Mhm.
And so he's never talked about his family at all. It's like his parents literally mean nothing. He hasn't had any wistful moments as far as we've ever bought, or even just seen him talk. He doesn't really talk about his life at all.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I was just saying, but he also was like, yeah, you were too young to remember, saying he did
Does
remember
remember, yeah.
the shipwreck and the death of their whole family.
Yeah.
But also going, these are all the friends and connections you have in the entire world. Damn, you really have been isolated. And also, again, everyone's saying this story is about the MC, is about Nerd. This is Nerd's journey. So I'm glad you're having a moment, but there's really, we don't have the support that you have. So this still concerns me.
Right here. Any or all of us could be hurt. Maybe worse.
You were terrified of me getting hurt all the time, and now you're terrified of everyone else. Is this going to be a character development moment?
Again?
Is it going to be like, I finally just have to let people choose for themselves because I can't protect everyone? No!
Wait.
All right, well, I guess we're going to find out about that character development moment.
In the next one.
All right.
So, thank you very much, everyone, for joining me on my emotional journey where it's all about me, and everybody just really needs to sit there and lay back, and I'll just tell you, whisper into your ear, do a little ASMR, that all you need to do is go down and like, comment, subscribe. Also, please feel free to go check out the Ko-Fi or the Patreon. There are some links down in the description below. It would be awfully nice if you did so. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye!